not very good. I'm just going to pour this out and fill this thing back up. What? I'm done with this. I'm done with this, but this cup won't let me pour it in there. What's the deal? Well, hey kids, hey parents, I'm glad that you guys are tuning in again, and I hope that this is an encouragement to you to help you to understand God's Word so that you can believe it and do it in your lives. Well, just a minute ago you saw me, I was done, I took a drink of this water and it just didn't taste very good. And so I said, you know what, I'm just done. I'm gonna pour it out and then I'm gonna fill it up with some better water. And then when I tried to pour it out, it just kept falling off. It was like, no, I was not gonna be done with this. And so sometimes in our lives, we can think we're done with something. Or maybe somebody that's bad thinks we're gonna be done with somebody. Well, that's what happened in Acts chapter 12. There were people who were opposing the early church and Jesus' followers. And they said, we are done with this guy, Peter. He's one of the biggest well-known leaders, and so we'll be done with him. And so they threw him in jail. But the Lord wasn't done with him. The Lord wasn't just going to let him be poured out like that. Not yet. And so while he was in jail, the church was praying for him. They were saying, Lord, please release him from prison. And God did something that he doesn't always do. We shouldn't necessarily expect that this is a promise for us. This is what happened then. But we can still have faith in the God who did that and ask him to do great things. They prayed, and an angel came and took the chains off of his hands and then opened the gates and just let him go out and released him. Because he was not done with Peter. Peter still had work to do, to write letters to churches, to help establish them in the faith, and to go preach the good news further and past that point. So when God is not done with somebody or something, it's not done. So how about you? What does God still have in store for you to do? What good works, acts of love, and things that we would be motivated by or trust in him and his promises? What does he still have for you? Lord willing, you've got a long life ahead. Talk with your parents. Think about that, how God has made you and what kinds of things he might have for you to do in Jesus' name with his power. Because you're still sitting here, you're watching this, you're breathing. God's not done with you. So think about that, talk about that, and encourage each other to go after those things that God has planned for you to do. And I got one more thing for you, and it's not a question, you got to search the Bible again. But if you go into Acts chapter 12, the beginning of that section, the first 5 verses or so, it tells you that there was somebody else that King Herod killed before he arrested Peter. One of the other church leaders, the early apostles, killed that guy. Some people liked it, so he said, well, we'll put it into Peter. So find out who that is in those first 5 verses, and then let me or one of the other leaders know, and then I'll get you some points for the Trail Stop Store. All right, guys, take care. Have a good week.